Hey, messy girls and guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you clicked on this video and you are truly welcomed here. And if you've been here for a while, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the Messy Girl and Messy Guy community. Truly, this is such an amazing community that helps each other grow in our faith and just get closer to God. And I'm so glad that you're here, and I truly hope that you continue to grow your faith while being here. So today's video is a little bit different. I'm just walking through my daily life with God, little things that I do throughout the day to grow closer to the Lord, to find God when I'm not just doing my morning time with Him. There are so many ways for us to grow our relationship with God throughout the day, and that's what I want to show you here. You can reach out to God in so many ways. But I also just wanted to give you guys a life update, a faith update, and just how my walk with God is going, because I feel like lately I have been on the struggle bus, and I truly just want to be honest with you all, because this is the Messy Girls Club. This is where we are real and honest and truly speak about our struggles that we're walking through, because I want you guys to know that you are not alone when it comes to struggling in your faith walk. We all struggle, and that's what I'm here for, to help encourage you guys, to help you know you're not alone, and to just remind you that even when you're struggling in your faith, God is still good. And it doesn't mean you're a bad Christian when you're struggling in your faith, because we all walk through different seasons. We're all going through different things, and the enemy is trying to pull us away from the Lord. So just because you are on the struggle bus, it doesn't mean you're a bad Christian. And it also doesn't mean that God looks at you any less, or that God can't use you for your calling. Because look at me, I'm sitting right here following my calling, even when I feel a little messy, a little bit like off of my game when it comes to my faith. And I'm still following my calling. I'm still making YouTube videos. I'm still doing the podcast, because God is continuing to push me and encourage me to do it. And so I will, because He's calling me to this for a reason. But anyways, I feel like I am just at a different place in my faith. That last year I connected to God in such a deep level and really was focused on my faith and just honing in on trusting the Lord, which took a lot of practice and focus and spending so much time with Him. And I just kind of feel like this year I don't feel as close to God. I don't feel like I'm doing as much as I did last year, and I have really been struggling to get up and do my 5 a.m. morning routine, and a lot of days spend time with God and spend time in His Word and in prayer that isn't rushed while I'm getting ready for work or rushing out the door. And that's caused a just gap for me when it comes to my faith walk, because I know this is the enemy speaking to me and telling me these things, but for some reason I still just can't get it out of my head that I am being a bad Christian. That because I'm not making this sit down time for God every single day, that I'm missing out on something, that God isn't going to bless me in some way, or that I'm just, a bad Christian, and I shouldn't be sharing my faith online, and I shouldn't be leading and guiding you guys to grow your faith, because how can I lead and guide other people if I too am struggling? But the thing is that those thoughts are from the enemy, and those are thoughts that are going to keep me from following my calling, from growing closer to God and making time for Him. Because if you are having those thoughts and you start listening to them, then you're just going to start turning away from God and deciding it's not worth it, because God already thinks that I don't make time for Him and that He's not a priority. So Why is he going to bless me? Why is he going to answer my prayers? All of that stuff is just going to lead you down a road that will take you further and further away from God. So I just want to let you know that I have these thoughts and I have these struggles too, and that is how I've been feeling lately. But God continues to remind me that he is with me and that he understands the season that I'm in. And he understands the season that you are into. So make time for him where you can and connect with him. Just tonight, I was working on editing the podcast that I have, and I was listening to worship music and singing, and I really felt God speak to me and say, Sierra, this is connection with me. This is growing your faith too. Even though you're struggling in the aspects of waking up early and having your morning quiet time with me, you are reaching out to me throughout the day more in prayer. You are listening to worship music and praising me and singing and just remembering his goodness, like why I sing worship songs in the car on hard days. I'm remembering that God is still good, and that is a way to grow with him. But really, I just love my morning time with God, my quiet time with him, that I struggle when I don't do it. And it's a reminder to me why I need to get up and do it, but I also just need that reminder that just because I don't do it doesn't mean I'm a bad Christian. And that's the same for you guys. I also feel like I'm in a season of remembering that I'm in answered prayer, and also just trying to remember to pray for others. For some reason, I used to be so good at writing down prayers for other people and going back to them and praying for others and just being on the lookout for how can I be praying for those around me. And I've kind of been struggling at that. And when it comes to my word of the year, which is Proverbs 31 woman, I think it's important to be praying for other people when it comes to that. But I've been struggling a lot this year. So I have been trying to remind myself and find ways to remember to pray for other people. And that's been really cool because I've been asking God to show me in what areas or who do I need to reach out to when it comes for praying for people around me. And he has answered. So I've been keeping a little log in my prayer journal for this year and writing down the prayers that people have been asking me for and who I've been reaching out to. And then I try to go back and every week pray over those people a couple times a week. And that's been really cool to see just the growth in my prayer life when it comes to praying for other people. I've also been extremely good at going to God with things when I'm dealing with struggles and stuff. But I think that goes a lot back to all of last year of practicing trusting God, practicing bringing things to him, and it's made it a lot easier this year to remember those. But again, I'm struggling to remember that I'm in an answered prayer, and I don't know if any of you guys deal with this, but basically when times get tough, I forget that this is something that I prayed for, that these hard times, I didn't exactly ask God for them. I didn't ask God for, hey, I want a brand new job that I don't know what I'm doing at, and that's going to stress me out. I didn't ask for that, but I asked to be here in a new season where my husband gets to follow his dreams and go after his calling. I asked for that, and I'm just trying to be thankful for where I'm at, even in the tough times, and remember before I go and complain about something that I am living in an answered prayer. So I don't know what you are walking through, but maybe think about it. Think about, did you pray for this thing? If maybe you and your husband are struggling in your marriage, did you pray for your husband? Maybe you are struggling when it comes to your job or your schooling. Did you pray to get in that school or to follow that dream or passion or to get that job? Because sometimes our answered prayers become our problems because we are stepping into them, and everything kind of comes with their own problems and different challenges. So that has been a struggle for me to remember, but I'm really trying to work on it because really every season we walk into, especially if we ask God to lead us and guide us, that's a season that we prayed for. And that's something we should be grateful for. So yeah, God's just been speaking to me lately in different ways, but I've been struggling in my faith because I again just feel too messy and I feel like I'm not making enough time and I am just overwhelmed and exhausted. But some seasons of life we just find God through our activities and the small moments and the little increments of time that we're able to pray or maybe look at a Bible verse on our phone. And that's not forever. That season's not going to last forever. So know that God will show up for you in those seasons as well, even if you feel like you're being a bad Christian because you're not showing up like the other people that you see. Or maybe you've been struggling to get to church, so you feel like a bad Christian. But I want you to know that I too struggle to get to church. You're not alone in it, and you're not walking through these seasons alone. So, if you are a messy girl or messy guy who, just has dirty dishes in your sink and maybe loads of laundry sitting around that still need folded, and you are trying to show up in your faith as best as you can, but some days, it doesn't always look picture perfect. And some days your prayer life is just praying in the car, or your way of connecting with God one day is listening to a Christian podcast while you do the dishes, or even just you are struggling through your calling. I'm here for you. I understand. And you can be a part of this messy girl, messy guy club too, because we are here for those who feel too messy for God, but know they're not. And for those who embrace their mess and embrace that God will help them clean it up, and also aren't scared to show the authenticity of being a messy Christian, where our Bibles don't look perfect. Maybe it's highlighted all over and have notes scribbled in it. That's fine. And maybe you have a messy bun and food on your shirt, but you still love God. That's fine. All kinds of messy girls, messy guys, messy Christians are allowed here, and I would love it if you hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and check out other videos of mine, because I truly want to grow this community and help it to find others who need this club, who need just the reminder that they aren't too messy for God and that they don't have to be the perfect Christian to share their faith or to just continue to grow with God. God loves you wherever you're at in your faith walk, and He loves you no matter what your past holds or what is going on in your life. God loves you, and He wants you to have a deeper relationship with Him. So, I will see you guys in the next video. I truly hope that this video helped you to connect with God or to see that you are not alone when it comes to your faith walk.